So you guys were were you talking about Hawaii for a couple years before?
No, not at all.
Just thinking about
We talked maybe once or twice, right?
Were you like looking at his photos?
yeah.
Like, was it kind of in the back of your mind, or what was that like?
It was in the back of my mind, basically after I talked to him when I was on the mushrooms.
Oh, you had a phone call while you were on?
Messaging. I don't think we actually talked, but we messaged, and then I was like interested in hearing more or seeing more or experiencing more with Krunchi. I think. Just because his lifestyle and everything over here sort of resonated somehow.
So
maybe it was a mixture of the simple life and eating off the land and juice fast and you know, looking after themselves. At least you know, physically with food, and I didn't know what to expect when I got here, like what they were really like at all, you know, face to face. But yeah, when I got here, it was pleasantly surprised. I met a bunch of people. There was, you know, I met Kat and I met
Other Kat,
and she was just super gentle and kind and nice, and I could definitely tell that this was a good place to be for a while. So that's, you know, I did some guided meditation that I had, healing my inner child, you know, all that kind of stuff.
That's huge.
Which was huge, but then you get to a point where if you keep reliving that stuff, it's like your brain doesn't know the difference between reliving it and actually living it, so it can be stressful too. So at some point you got to let that go. And I think I've got to that point now where I'm letting things go and having space to absorb other things.
This is what's coming up for me. That is an incredible opportunity, and it's a huge leap that you've made. Are you familiar with Jamie Catto at all? So Jamie Catto does like workshops, but he co-founded with Duncan Bridgman One Giant Leap, which is this band where they traveled around the world. They went to 50 different countries for their first album, and they made this amazing synthesis. But like what you're talking about reminds me of some of the stuff he talks about how healing your inner child, seeing your shadow side, and understanding your shadow, and not just rejecting it all the time, working to understand it, and to just, I don't know. Some of the things you're talking about are reminding me of the way he talks.
Yeah, and I found, self-love meditation was good. Gratitude meditation was good. I've tried a lot of the different kinds of meditation, you know, which each one has its own thing, you know, transcendental or whatever.
Get your TM. Get your Vipassana.
And yes, like I said, having
I did Vipassana 10 days. It was life-changing.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a rain.
Brainstorm.
Maybe we should pause the podcast.
We'll pause it.
The podcast. We'll call it the podcast.
Oh, yeah, pause it. No, why not?
Yeah.
Okay, we're back.
Little pause there for the rain.
The rain. We only paused for like 45 seconds. It wasn't that bad. They didn't miss on much. Well, I didn't really get Rory to tell you a bit about my original concept for this show, which I think I came up with when I was talking to you on Messenger.
Okay.
Oh, was it when I was at the cabin? We were just talking. I think I was just at the cabin and we were just talking, and I was like, I'm gonna do a show. Where was I? I'm gonna do a show. I'm gonna do as little editing as possible, because this is my second. Well, technically this is my third real podcast. My first show was with my brother, and it was called Almost a Joke, and it's us telling goofy stories. And we started that back in 2011, a long time ago.
Yeah.
And then my second show is called the Aravinda Show. Aravinda is the name of my series, my book series, my sci-fi.
Okay.
Aravinda is the Sanskrit word for lotus, because it's a metaphor that we all could push through the mud to get to the surface like a lotus does.
Okay.
So it's like a personal growth metaphor.
That's
so
good.
Aravinda Show is I interview people, and I actually got the opportunity to interview Jamie Catto for season 3 of the show, which hasn't come out yet. I just finished editing it finally. But I've interviewed like amazing people. I interviewed the Nikoko people who did the vegan gelato.
Oh my God.
They were a great interview.
They're so great.
Oh, they're great,
Sean and Ashley.
They're really great, They were on the show.
That ice cream's amazing.
Their ice cream is vegan, gluten-free, amazing magic.
Do you guys talk about relationships at all?
In that one?
Yeah.
Yes, actually. I got to hear the story of how they met.
Okay.
And that they moved in together the first night they ever met each other.
Jesus, really?
Wow.
Jesus, yes.
That's moving fast.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Dude, that's why I love Sean and Ashley.
Dude, they're both
They don't mess around.
So, I don't know what they are, but they're a lot.
What's their relationship like now?
I don't know.
They're such high value.
You didn't go over that?
Well, I interviewed them almost 2 years ago
Oh, wow.
with season 2. I didn't do a season 2 in 2019.
Oh,
Okay.
I didn't do a season in 2019.
So they've-
I skipped.
They've probably grown a lot since then.
Yeah.
We should do a follow-up.
I want to do a follow-up with them. But the difference is with that show and this show, which is what I was getting to, was our Avinda show, I record it through Skype, separate tracks. I do a professional.
Edit it.
And I edit the hell out of it, and it takes a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of work. But I like it. I'll do it when I feel like it's in the flow. This show is about being spontaneous and going on a holo. It's a kind of about...
This is live, baby.
This is live.
This is this is a live show. It's happening.
That's why this show's called HoloHoloTime.
It's happening now
You
spontaneously.
probably know what going on HoloHolo is.
No.
Oh, I'm so excited. I get to teach Rory what a HoloHolo is.
Oh.
Because HoloHolo is one of my favorite Hawaiian words, Rory.
Okay.
A HoloHolo is a journey without a destination.
Okay.
So it's when you just go and you kind of let the universe show you what it wants to show you.
Yeah.
So historically, people would often use that word when they were going fishing.
Yeah.
So sometimes a lot of people associate that with fishing, but it also can be hiking. It can be leaving your town like I do and coming down here to talk to you amazing people. My inspirational friends who are living a very different life than me on the edge of the world down here.
You're on the edge.
You're on the edge.
On the edge.
And I'm so grateful for you guys that I get to come down here and visit you guys.
Wow.
I am.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So we're living in the moment, trying to.
Yeah, so
Right.
I felt like editing this show, like I will if it's absolutely necessary, but I haven't really edited. And so far, it hasn't been necessary, So it's
good.
just, and also this is the first show that I've done since Almost a Joke where everybody's in the same room.
Oh.
And that's kind of great,
Yeah. Can we interact?
yeah. Because there's just way more chemistry and way more stuff, so. That's
Yeah.
like sorry, I hope that wasn't too boring about the explanation of what the show is called.
Oh.
But
No, that's good.
so you really, this has been a huge time for you. So you've been kind of looking at Crunchy, you're thinking about it, you're
The
now you're down your
lifestyle,
last
yeah, I think-
$400.
And I think it was just, I think it was a push from the universe to get me like on the right path. Like I said,
Yeah,
get away from these toxic relationships, the programming that I went through as a kid,
that's a big one.
all of this healing.
That follows you wherever you
Yeah,
go.
and it's not really a healing. It's more of an awareness. And once you've still got those feelings of like hurt, for the not seeing the kids, but you're not holding on to it like you were. So I'm not repeating to myself over and over again. You're not a good dad. You got
almost
to
a
do this.
detox.
You got to do this. So yeah, it's like letting it flow through. Like life is fluid. Let it flow through and not hold on to any of that trauma anymore. Trying to let it go.
And this is an island of healing.
Oh yeah, it's powerful for sure. It's like earth, wind, and fire. It's so
Yeah.
powerful here.
Well, it also helps you. He's got incredible kids too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That
Oh, I
probably
believe it.
could make
They
a-
have half your DNA.
they're packed full of my DNA for sure. And, they were,
Happy with you,
they
yeah.
talk to me about everything. Now they have that connection with me that most dads probably don't because I was never an authority in their life, but I
Right,
can be
you're like
an
more of a
advice.
friend almost.
Yeah, almost like a friend. So they'll
you're-
talk to me about stuff when they feel comfortable.
Yeah.
They're both sort of, they have some inner turmoil about
Sure.
feeling comfortable talking to me or picking up the phone while she's in the room or even
Right.
admitting to talking to me. It's like,
It's so weird.
you know,
It's such a blockage to love. And,
yeah,
ugh.
there's plenty of love to go around. I don't know why
Amen,
it's
man.
not encouraged.
And some people get so much trauma that they have trouble receiving, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I obviously I didn't get out of my marriage in the right way. I had an affair, but
Yeah.
in the end, that's between us two and not the kids. I love the kids just as
Right.
much as she does. It's like, obviously, if we could have kept it between ourselves, I fell out of love with her, not the kids, and
Right.
it was all.
And how long
all
is it
textbook stuff.
skillful to hold resentment? Because it's like drinking
Yeah.
poison and expecting the other person to die.
And I've obviously picked these people that are capable of acting like this, so it's my choice to get
Yeah.
involved with them, and
Whoa!
so I can't blame them.
Now
for,
we're stepping into the master class of.
Well, they're reliving.
It's
they're,
true.
They're reliving their own trauma for whatever it is. They might have issues with whatever. I can't even pretend to know because it's inside them, but they need obviously healing in some way. It's like, you know,
and you
it's just
can't do that for them. They have to walk through that door.
Yeah, and you can't. I couldn't even mention it, obviously, because I'm not in the place to do that. It would have to be coming from somewhere within their lives.
But you have open dialogue with your kids, which is huge.
Yeah, a lot of text messaging, and they're typical teenagers. They have their own lives and friends, and
they're both teens.
It's limited. Yeah, they're 15 and 17, so it's like, you know. But as soon as my son gets to 18, and I know when my daughter gets to 18, they'll maybe gravitate towards someone that hasn't shown any anger or hate, or, you know, and made them feel comfortable and on it, and being able to tell them the truth.
Yep.
So hopefully they'll gravitate towards me at some
Looking
point.
at it long term.
Long term, yeah. Even if it's grandkids, whatever, it's longer term than right now.
Well, life is long.
Yeah.
As long as you don't get hit by a car.
This still goes to my theory that one-on-one relationships do not work.
Yeah,
Krunchi,
so far in my
the
life, that's
extreme
true.
person.
No, I don't know a single one-on-one relationship aside from maybe Sean and Ashley. That's why I want to know more about
My
their
parents.
relationship. Your parents? I'd have to talk to them.
35 years.
I have to talk to them. My parents too for 35 years.
And mine 50 years.
But the time duration doesn't impress. I mean, I wouldn't exist if that time duration.
Doesn't impress you though.
Well, it does impress me, but
It's a barometer.
what doesn't impress me is how sad they were when they had to split up.
Yeah.
It's like, why go through all the pain and suffering?
So
why
what's
not?
the alternative? I can hold it if you want.
I'm good.
I mean,
I'm good.
What's the alternative, Mr. Shaman? I almost called you Plastic Shaman. I decided not to.
Well, you shouldn't sleep with anybody.
Okay, all right.
In general, except if you want to have kids. But we already covered that.
I don't believe that you really believe that. I feel like you're playing a character for the show.
I'm not.
I don't believe.
Well, here's something else a character thinks. Okay, you should never be in a relationship with just one person.
Okay. So you're saying
Either nobody or at least
Poly.
two. No, I'm saying nobody or at least two people at once.
Well,
At least.
relationships
you
are...
mean ethically non-monogamous? Because I happen to be ethically non-monogamous for the past few months, which is
What's
another.
ethically non-monogamous. Mm-hmm. That wouldn't be the title I would use.
I didn't ask you.
I'm just saying I wouldn't use that title.
Okay, what would you call it? What would you? Oh, you mean for your model? You wouldn't call it that. But
I would
this two people thing.
I would call it this.
I'm sorry, I misinterpreted you. I didn't mean to be a dick just now.
No, you're not being a dick at all. I know, because the funny thing to try to explain is you shouldn't
Definitely
ever be in a
never
relationship with just one person. I mean, you can,
Romantically,
but it's
you
gonna,
mean?
yeah,
Or even okay.
yeah, romantically.
So
if
you're
you're
advocating for
fueling,
non-monogamy. We have this in common.
you're fueling
monogamy is one
a narrative and a stereotype that's very destructive.
This makes me very excited for my
60
future.
to 70% of marriages end. Everyone else is super unhappy, even though they won't admit it. And the people who are happy, and it does work for, which is a very small percentage, super small percentage, are crazy. That's why it works for them. They're insane people.
Okay, all right.
Okay, no, but I didn't finish
your
it.
stance.
No. But
What
the
about
reason,
people who have open marriages? That's another angle on that.
No, don't have an open marriage. That's a little weird.
I have a couple friends that works very well.
Okay,
for.
well, here's what I'm saying. You have an open marriage, but be married to the other person too.
Aw.
Yeah, marry all the people
Probably can't do that in Tennessee.
that you want to be with.
Okay.
You can. It's called a pagan wedding.
Pagan wedding.
Yay!
Define it.
So it's not the state doesn't get involved.
Yeah, you're in a
No,
day.
thank God.
I would totally do that.
You want
The
to do
state
it?
didn't get involved.
You want to do it May 1st?
I'd have to kind of love the person to do that. Though.
Absolutely.
That's important to me.
Okay.
I don't know. It depends who I meet in the next few months.
Well, because
maybe.
on May 1st we're gonna have a wedding, a pagan wedding.
Oh my God, I'm so
Crunchy
excited.
Bits and Rory, I think. I don't know if Rory's decided to. He's still
You're
recovering.
marrying Rory?
In a sense, maybe.
I need a bell. I need a bell for this stupid show.
So I'm talking to a couple of women,
Okay.
all of them beautiful goddesses.
Of course. Well, most of them are down here in Puna
I know.
because it filters. Pele's like, nope, doesn't let certain ones in.
That's true. All of them I've met here. Not all of them are still here. One has left, but I'm still talking to her, and she has said she's thinking about coming back on May 1st to be a part of it.
Oh my God.
Which one's that? Greta?
Greta.
Okay. Oh, we should say
Greta's
names.
great.
I know,
Shouldn't say
right?
names.
No, but we're only gonna say only the people that we don't like.
Okay. But she might not want us
have.
to let everyone know that
This
she's
is true.
getting married.
This is true.
Oh, is that true?
I don't know.
Greta?
I can bleep her
Wait.
out. You're making it work for me.
No.
I'm sending you the sound file,
I'm not.
and you get to drop all the names.
Don't edit it at all. Okay, I'm gonna put this right in here. Okay.
Hi.
When we finish this podcast, send Greta a link, and she'll hear this part that we're saying right now. And if she's got a problem with it, she'll contact us. We'll talk her out of it, and we'll keep the podcast up for everyone to see.
I'm absolutely okay with giving her a link before release and putting it on a server and having her listen to it first. I think
my
she would
God.
really enjoy it.
You spent a long time talking her into getting married.
What? Did I spend a long time?
Well, a few messages.
A few messages. Not that bad.
God.
Some people spend
That's
months.
the most...
Crunchy Bit spends a few messages.
Talking someone into getting Pagan married. You know, that's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
What?
I want someone... You don't talk a woman into...
Sad. This is someone I love. I want to marry Greta, and she's got a very
I
sexy
don't blame
body.
you. She's amazing.
And her vocals.
She is a wonderful...
She's so talented.
No, she has a really good... I'm not even saying this just for the show. She has a wonderful spirit.
Yes.
I loved being in her presence.
She's amazing.
A legit good person.
Yep.
And apparently, from what I'm hearing from you, she's not crazy.
And she's got good taste in men.
That's damn right. Damn right.
And also, she makes the psilocybin chocolate.
Oh,
she does?
Yeah. That's really why I'm marrying her.
This is...
But don't put that part in the
It's
podcast.
fine. This is so members only. This is so members only at this point because you're asking me. It's just like intense. This is the intense. This will probably go up on like I don't know when it's gonna go on.
No, keep it public. I hate
You want
privacy.
it to be public?
You
You're
know-
going back and forth. You said you wanted it to be private.
No, I was joking.
I can't tell.
Here's
Your humor's so dry, Crunchy. I really try.
Here's Crunchy Bitch being as serious as he can be.
Okay.
There's only one reason for privacy.
Sean Thomas Clausen.
Sean Thomas Clausen, also known as Laughter. There's only one reason I know of for privacy.
Okay, go ahead, caller.
It's fear. It's
Yeah,
because you're
yeah.
afraid.
I agree with you.
Now, okay, there's nothing wrong with being
There's
afraid.
a second reason. That's a legit
What?
reason, but
Oh.
if you want to continue on that, you can. But there is a legit second reason.
Well, I'm saying fear is popular. There's plenty of people who are
Oh, yeah.
who are afraid.
Yeah.
I just walked out of one of my best friend's cabins because she was acting in a way I thought was fearful.
Yeah.
So I come across it a lot. But I just
It
think
involved dog pee, though.
it did involve some dog pee.
Deep cuts.
But I mean,
Here's the thing, but
Okay.
can I interrupt you
Yes,
in a
please.
loving way?
Yeah.
Because I care about you a lot.
Okay.
You're one of my favorite people. Both
Thank
you guys
you.
are in my top 10 on this island.
Oh, good.
Oh my
I'm not
God,
even
saying
kidding.
back at you, brother.
I'm not even kidding. Resonance. There is another reason, and that is, I don't want to say like, so you could call it preserving free will, and that's basically what it is, of just privacy for someone else who hasn't given consent. Sometimes it is more skillful to not mention something when you haven't gotten consent to share information that's not yours to share.
I'm hearing
That's
you.
the only other thing. I agree with you. Most of the time it's fear.
I don't believe in consent.
Okay. That'll be the pull
It's a
quote.
ruse. People think they're sophisticated by talking about boundaries and consent, and like
Consent's only
Nothing
consent's only given because they are afraid of something. Otherwise, they wouldn't need to feel like they need consent.
You need consent. No, I just mean like permission, not consent. Like like if you're talking about somebody like the Greta thing, which I don't think she would mind, but like
It's just, why should people
that is
like-
not fear-based though.
why
That is
should
more
men?
like,
Why should men like us?
don't make this about men.
Why should men like us? This is about us, okay? Why should men like us
Yeah.
have to kowtow around
Kowtow.
because other men somewhere else who we don't know don't treat women well? Okay, those men need to ask for consent.
I don't feel like
okay?
I'm kowtowing.
I don't
I
ask
just
for
feel
consent.
like I don't want to give out information that maybe is private to someone. I honestly give a lot of that awareness to doing the Vipassana retreat in 2013.
Which is where his book.
I'm not speaking.
Which is where his book.
Right
Where-
before you, and the first one
Goes
ends
silent.
right before that.
His book goes silent.
Oh yeah, no,
Just
he,
a bunch of blank pages.
he comes here.
Oh,
and
silent for a
and
week. Jeez.
Wait, is it
First book
happen
doesn't
during?
have that. No,
It
the
doesn't
first book
happen.
doesn't happen yet. I got invited to do it.
Oh, you got invited.
Part
that's right.
two,
Oh,
it's
that's
in-
right. You were talking about it.
Part 2 is the deep dive.
Oh, no kidding. Well, when are we gonna get part 2?
Well,
Well,
you got to give part 1 back.
No.
On the bookshelf.
He dumped a bunch of water on it.
Oh, it's in good shape.
It's Hawaiian. It's
check it out.
been
Hold on.
Hawaii'd.
Okay, you know what? I was gonna save this for later. I want to see what it looks like.
It's been Hawaii'd.
I've actually been looking for. This is the most real piece of recording I've ever. This is. I'm so excited to listen to this later. I'm completely serious. This is
Really?
the most.
That's authentic Hawaii
This book
right there.
I am now
I
holding
gave that to you.
Andrew M. Crusoe's his book called
my driver's license.
10,000 Hours in Paradise Volume 1. What's that called when it's a dot? Colon?
That is a
or
colon.
Colon?
Or colon.
Colon's funny, huh? Okay, Arrival.
That's why people move here. They clean it.
Whoa.
Steady on, Mr. Colon.
They flush it. Get it? They flush it.
All right.
Anyways,
Okay, that's fine.
Joke for mine.
And then I signed it and wrote a thing for you.
It's called A True Hawaii Adventure Story by Andrew Crusoe. What's the M stand for, Matthew? Michael.
It's a secret. I
Mildred.
can't give away all the. Good God, no.
Okay, so I just turned the book open now
Oh my
to the
God.
inside cover where the author himself has signed the book for me.
Yeah.
You're so nice.
You hosted me. And I was like,
And what did he write that was so nice for Crunchy? You know, I take the
what did I write? I wrote what you wanted me to write.
I never ever asked you to write what you wrote in this book.
This will definitely.
He wrote.
That is a damned lie. You
Rory.
asked me to write that.
Oh my
verb-
God! How dare you make up a story? Rory, read to the audience. Get close up to that mic, okay?
Okay.
Read to the audience what the author of the book, when he was signing his
All the
name,
lines.
what he wrote to Crunchy.
This will definitely help you with your nightly
No.
problem.
With your
Naughty problem?
no,
Oh.
Oh, it's a VI.
Oh, virginity problem. Oh, there we go.
I'm impressed that it held
can't
up
read.
so well with the.
this
It's
I know.
bad left-handed.
This will
handwriting.
definitely
I
help
type very
you
fast.
with your virginity problem, and the problems in quotes.
Yeah.
Is it a problem?
That's why I put it in quotes.
Oh.
That's called sarcasm.
Yeah.
He's making fun of me.
I used to be very, very sarcastic. Actually, I'm not as sarcastic as I used to be.
That's because you could tell the truth more? Because you're awoke?
But Vipassana.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Before he went to
Helps.
Vipassana, you should read the first book because it's pre-Vipassana and it's by someone who's completely like non-woke.
Well, I have some. Yeah. Sure.
Oh, boy.
I wanted to give you guys part 2.
Oh my God! He's giving us.
Yeah.
He has just
Because-
turned to his bag and
Because
returned
this is
with.
my Christmas gift.
You got to write in that one, too.
I will.
Okay.
This is my Christmas gift to both of you.
Oh my God!
Because I think
Jesus.
you'll both.
He's
enjoy it.
got 10,000 Hours in Paradise Volume 2. Okay, you got to sign it for
Yeah.
us.
This will help
And-
with your problems, part 2.
No, it's got to be. Give me a.
This will help with your marriage problem.
Oh, yeah, we're getting married.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
Well, you sign what you need to sign.
I don't know. But
It'll probably come up later on in life, though. It'll
I
probably come up.
wanted to bring something, and then I was like, you know what? I bet you guys would want.
Do you want this
Did you
back?
read that relative?
Do you want
no,
this
I
back?
do not. I want
Okay,
you
we'll
to
keep
keep
it.
it. It is
Okay,
yours. I
we
gave
will-
that to you and I signed it for
We
you.
will accept the second book. Thank you.
There's a bit of a cliffhanger in that one too. So, oh, have you read? Do you want to read the back cover to the people?
Okay,
Ooh.
this is the back cover from our friend's brand new book.
Pretend that you've been hired by Sony. Okay, go.
Okay, in big letters it says dive into a true Hawaii adventure. Okay. Okay, here we go.
Don't you get viruses on my phone?
I'm recovering from my sickness. I'm not sick anymore.
Okay.
Right, Roy, you were saying that my sickness isn't catching anymore?
It's not contagious. Yeah, once you've lost the fever and everything, it's just congestion now.
Probably not. I believe Rory.
Yeah, me too.
It's not just because you have a great accent.
It's the accent. Gets away with murder. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I
ever.
can't tell you how many times, I'm not even kidding, I've wanted any of the British Isle accents. Just give me one
it.
out
You're
of a
not-
hat. I would sound ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
I gotta practice. I used to really be into Douglas Adams, though. I grew up listening. But you're gonna read the back of the book. I grew up listening to Douglas Adams audiobooks.
Okay. The
Him
British
reading them. Yeah. Hey, you know Douglas? He wrote Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I listened to it. I had it on vinyl, I think,
Vinyl.
at some point. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna read it.
Look old enough for vinyl.
I'm gonna read it, but I have one special request. Can you read the first paragraph of the descriptive in your best accent?
In my best accent.
Yeah.
All right.
You gonna do it? Okay.
Only because you're basically daring me, which is pretty much how you work. I feel like I need a
dare-based
hit.
conversation. It's there.
Dare-based conversation. God, it's so close. I'm gonna need to like do like a 9-to-1 ratio on the compressor on this, but
so?
maybe. But there's a bit of a built-in compressor on this anyway.
Yeah, it's kind of an auto.
Yeah, it's a pretty good thing. Even 5 months on the Big Island can change you forever. Being invited to visit the fiery home of Madame Pele, getting scared half to death by a UFO hovering over a lava field, and manifesting a blue feather out of thin air has that effect.
Jesus H. That's one of the best accents I've ever heard.
No, what was that? What accent was that? It's my pseudo-Australian accent.
Pseudo-Australian, British, like maybe a little Kiwi in there. I'm not sure. It was like, it was awesome.
It's a hybrid. It's
hybrid,
called
mate.
Magnum.
Magnum PI?
It's so good. It's so good. Should you read you want to read the rest of it?
If I did acid every day like an unnamed person, that would be my accent all the time. Members only podcast.
No, don't do members only. Dude, it must be available to the public. We can no longer live in fear.
Because the internet mistakes are forever. But if we fuck up on this journey, at least we're together. Read the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
If anybody gets that reference, they get a free thing.
Okay, so it's everything that Andrew said, and then it continues. Should I read the same thing again, or no?
No.
Okay. Yet Andrew's most powerful transformation was still ahead. Our routine hitchhiking trip into town brings a new person into Andrew's life that just might have the perfect opportunity for him. His new friend is a volunteer at a Vipassana meditation center. She invites him to join her on a 10-day silent meditation course. And then and then live near the meditation center afterward, doing a very different kind of work trade than he's ever done before.
Very intimidating invitation, by the way.
I know, Jesus.
I felt like she was all like, yeah, not everybody makes it through this. And I talk about this in the book. 2 people bailed on the men's side only. I don't know how many people on the women's side bailed.
This place?
Well, I don't really
Oh,
I don't really
divulge.
In the book. I don't really like reveal, but it was on Pohoiki Road.
Okay. It sounds like they were slave trading.
No,
Is Vipassana?
no, it was a 10-day totally voluntary, and it was actually all by donation.
But you couldn't speak.
No, because it was part of the meditation technique.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you couldn't complain.
You could, if you had a problem. Like, I talked to the kitchen staff one time because I had a question about the thing.
So you break your silence to
But
talk
you're
to
not-
the chef?
I don't remember. I broke it for one dumb thing. I forget what it was. But
It's all coming out now.
But you can. It's all coming out now. But you can schedule at noon. This is a derail. But at noon every day, you can talk to the assistant teacher if you need to.
Okay.
And I never did. I never needed extra clarity, and I was very close to. No, I think it was like.
What was the food like?
It was actually really good.
Oh.
They made this amazing oatmeal with plums in it or something.
Rory loves oatmeal.
Yeah.
And there was tons of really good papayas and really
oatmeal,
good tea,
papaya, good
cinnamon,
cacao,
everything
honey.
you'd want to local honey, everything you'd want to put in the oatmeal that was there. And but we only ate 2 meals a day.
Ooh.
Breakfast at 8
that's pretty good.
and lunch at noon, and then at 5, was it 5 or 6? The meditation schedule is at the last page of the
High
book.
tea?
But was just tea. So all you could have is tea and papaya and some bananas. But I have a fast metabolism, or I used to have a faster metabolism.
Uh-oh.
So I was just like eating bananas because I was like, I need something.
Something in you.
Something. Yeah, it was tough. But you're waking up at 4 a.m.
Damn.
every morning. Yeah, it was weird. But waking up at 4 a.m. camping, it was all camping. We were all camping. The meditation hall was a huge tent. So I was outside
Wow.
for 10 days.
In
too.
Hawaii, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like less than 10 miles from this point
Wow.
where we are. So I was so lucky to be invited to this thing. I was the perfect place to do it in Puna.
What did it do for you, the whole thing?
I have to read the book.
Oh, it's in the book.
Yeah.
Okay, should we turn it over to page 1 here?
No, you were in the middle of reading it.
Oh yeah, we're still reading the back
the last
cover.
paragraph. This is the
Okay.
way Homer.
Okay.
So this book's about the silent retreat. A lot of it.
About the first half-ish is I'm really happy how it turned out. I was very nervous that it would be like repetitive or boring, but I've been really happy. I somehow kept it, the variation, because I was trying to capture really the feeling of what it's like being in that pattern and pulling out the interesting things about it. And one of the interesting things was just reliving the worst car accident I've ever been in, or a vehicle flipped twice. Like when you give your mind that much space, it detoxes, just like your body. When you give your body all that, you know about detoxing, like why does it work? Why does it doing the juice cleanse work? Your body is not putting any energy toward digestion anymore. Barely any energy toward digestion. So all that energy is going toward, let's catch up on all this detox.
It's like not having sex. Not having sex, all that energy's got to go somewhere, right?
I mean, yeah, I'm sure that's true for some people.
Yeah. Don't look at me.
Yeah.
You've never had
where's
sex,
all the energy going, Crunchy?
All the energy's gone.
It's going to.
That's why.
This is why I'm such a genius. It all goes to my. I'm a genius because.
So witty and funny.
Yeah, all that blood, instead of going down there, it goes to his brain, and it makes him.
Why don't people recognize that and listen to me? But there's so many dummies out there having relationships and then like blaming me for stuff or thinking I'm wrong about something, and it's just because they're dumb. I hate to say it like that.
When are you gonna get a cat?
A cat?
I don't know. So when you give your brain you give your mind all this space, and it starts going through and detoxing. I mean, you've done meditation, you've done these things. Like you start looking at your life in a different way, different perspective. You start forgiving yourself for the past. You see that you're holding on, and that clinging is creating suffering, which clinging usually does. So yeah, it was an incredible experience, and it changed my life. There's so many things on specifically this side of the island too, that have changed my life, and that was one of them.
It's so true. Puna, especially. Puna is. Don't tell the listeners about Puna.
No.
We don't want them coming and like. Changing their lives.
One of my goals for this series is to bring more conscious people just to Puna to visit, because I think Puna has so much to offer, and I think that it's already known as a place of healing around the world, but Puna specifically, maybe it'll. I
think because everything here is temporary. Well, because the lava is always flowing. It's literally the land is liquid.
Yeah.
So the whole place feels like it's moving, and it's always moving forward, right? There's always. I mean, everything is here. It seems like the ocean, the rock, the sky, everything is just moving.
Beaches appearing
so
and
fast.
disappearing.
Yeah, and it's like
literally,
it's definitely a place of change.
And I also think, I mean, it's nice when you say bring more conscious people here. I think there's a lot of conscious people here.
I'm not saying there aren't. I'm not saying there aren't.
Oh no, I'm not saying that either. I think there are a lot.
Yeah, but more here than probably most places I would say I've been.
Yeah, I would say that's probably true. But the truth is, we still have a lot of unconscious people, right?
Yeah, so I'm trying to attract positive, heart-centered ecotourism. Really, is one of my long-term goals for this series is to inspire, because like I wrote 3 books that were designed to entertain people, but there were like some positive ecological messages in those books. And in the second sci-fi book, I actually teach people how to do anapana, which I learned in this book. This is like really where I learned that from. I try to put in these things, but my goal beyond entertainment, entertainment's nice, but I want people to take positive action too.
Oh yeah.
I want people to at least think differently about their world. I don't want it to just be Aragon or whatever.
I just don't want to scare the unconscious people from coming here if they want.
I do.
Oh, you do? 'Cause I'm thinking
they're more likely to become aware if they come.
That's
here.
what I'm saying.
I think people are borderline. I think some people you might label as unconscious might be primed to go on a meditation retreat and change their perspective.
I
don't use that label.
I don't label what, unconscious?
Yeah.
I don't really use it either. What I use is fear-based.
Sure.
Fear-based consciousness.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You want to read the last paragraph? So
okay, yeah.
Okay. It for you?
Okay, here we go.
Let me see if I brought my good pen.
Okay. So this woman
This is the longest back of a book I've ever.
I know.
Welcome to being on a podcast with Crunchy.
Okay.
So I'm wearing a bikini, and I go. You say, "Can I ask you a personal question?" 5 times we did that role play last time.
Was that Howard Stern? Howard Stern reference?
Oh, is it? I don't know.
What's your name?
We had this thing.
Every time we get into like going around and around and around, my mind goes right back to where we did that role play like 5 or 6 times.
We did a role play where I was trying to.
Funny.
I was trying to. He was gonna be. He was my wingman. Andrew is actually my wingman. Andrew is the only wingman I've ever had. Yeah. This is true. You're the only wingman I've ever had in my entire life.
Wingman?
Does that surprise you?
Yes, actually. You want some pumpkin seeds?
Oh, yeah.
And it worked too. He got me.
What did I do? Is it because I gave you a book and the energy changed your life?
No, that helped, but we talked. Remember we talked, and the next day I implemented. You told me what to do.
Oh.
And the next day I even took a book with me.
Wait a minute. You didn't tell me about this.
Oh, I didn't tell you what happened the next day.
Hold on. Read the last damn paragraph because you're really close, and then you'll tell me. Then can you tell me about the next day?
Oh yeah, I didn't realize I hadn't told you about that. But I implemented your advice to the T, and it worked quite well. Anyways. Okay. Andrew accepts and plunges into an intense experience, delving deeper into his mind and body than ever before, unearthing trauma that he thought he had healed long ago. In the process, a profound realization hits him and propels him into a new chapter of his life. 10,000 Hours in Paradise is a 3-volume true story about community, sustainability, and a remarkable journey on the big island of Hawaii. In Volume 2, this is Tribulations. Oh, interesting. In Volume 2, Tribulations, Andrew dives deep into a life-changing Vipassana meditation course, gains a new perspective on unrequited love, and is wished happy birthday from a man beyond the grave.
Wow.
Jesus, Andrew. Jesus.
So what brought you to Hawaii in the first place? What was all this? Why did you go to the retreat, and why were you here?
Good question.